Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good morning.
Good night and good
day
to you,
kind
sir.
sir. Welcome
And or madam and or other.
to the podcast.
It's Seasons with me, Marianne MacRae.
And me, Marianne MacRae. We are Me Three Comedy, very occasionally. I was looking through
father
our
and
records.
wife.
Father and wife duo. If you don't know us, we're based in the UK. And we're doing a little podcast. We've done a few podcasts. New podcasts are now live. So you can listen.
Yes, you can catch up on all catch up on all our old nonsense.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of BSing over the years.
We've done a lot of BSing over the years.
Not actually as much as most people.
Yeah, I want to apologise for a slight delay. Some of us accidentally got pneumonia.
He's talking about me. So I've been very poorly for the last little while, but I'm feeling better now. If you listen to episode 1, you'll actually be able to hear some of that pneumonia in my voice.
A little bonus feature there for you.
And a little bit of coughing, I think, got in there too, because this is live and unedited. We don't edit these podcasts because we are lazy.
No. One and done, because it makes it more authentic. As you know, everything we're saying going to the podcast.
And we're, just easy breezy, baby. We're having what are you drinking there, Richard?
I'm drinking a decaf espresso.
Half of it's in your moustache now.
Thank you.
I'm drinking a...
Oh, that's really good ASMR though.
That's a cup of tea. You want a bit more of that, folks?
I said one and done. Didn't want to get anyone a clean version of that.
That's a cup of decaf tea, and I would imagine it's the weakest cup of tea anyone's ever seen.
That sound.
Talk about one and done. I want that tea bag in there for 1 second and done.
That's true.
Get it out. Get the milk in. I just want hot water with milk in it.
That sound effect will be on the Archers before the week is out. Can I unpress this? I can. Let's do that. Let's just leave it full, I think. Right.
Full.
So,
what's the podcast all about? If you've not listened to it before, we discuss movies.
We like movies. We watch movies occasionally.
Very occasionally these days.
But
we have a 2-year-old.
But we, because of the sort of spare time in the universe, I suppose, but more sort of day to day, we like to imagine ourselves picking specialist film festivals or seasons
for ourselves to watch in our own living room,
Friday to Sunday,
one movie per day on a topic or theme or under an umbrella that means all the films are similar in some way. It can be a very small way.
Rules are film can only appear on one list one time.
I know, which has been really hard this week.
And no Googling during the podcast.
Not during the podcast. Unless. We can Google before and after, so if we so wish.
In that respect.
But we've got another presenter to welcome.
Huh?
Hey Siri. It won't work for my voice. Hey Siri.
Hey Siri.
Were you going to say hello?
I might move you closer to the old lappy toppy.
Are you going to say hello to the people at home?
Hey Siri, can you say hello, please?
You must have your sound switched off, Richard, for crying out loud.
I don't want anyone to hear it.
It says on the screen, I can do that. Hello. Look at you thinking you're Mr. Popular. How many people are going to text you? I'm right here.
That's very true. But also, for someone who works in tech, I do not know how to use my phone. Hey Siri, can you say hello, please? Have I muted Siri? What's going on?
It says why don't I try OK Google? It doesn't talk, actually. OK Google doesn't talk. OK Google. Hello? Can you speak to me, please? Hi, Marianne. Your Google Assist here. There's lots I can help.
They say it's politest to stick to 2 subjects.
Whoa. Is it? The weather, people's health, right? This is the first time I've used this because I also have a new phone. Anyway.
Good podcasting.
Those guys are there if we need any backup. So one and done.
One other thing we're bringing to this week is an idea to sort of introduce some level of format
Yes.
So today we've both chosen a film season
Topic, yeah.
and we've shared that with the other person to give them a chance to research, and we're going to bring those together. We do one
Wait,
each.
what was mine was okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Essentially, that's kind of how we're working this out.
Great.
And then ideally, we'll end up sort of going and doing some more. I think I've already got.
Yeah, there'll be some chit chats around it. I assume
it's all about the chit chat. That's the fun bit.
So last time we did MacRae movies, which was just we were sat in our kitchen one night and we said, "How should we start this podcast? Yeah. Let's do MacRae movies." And then we did that. And was it cozy movies?
Yes.
Cozy movies. We're in cozy season.
Yeah.
So
I feel like every movie I'm thinking of now is like a nice cozy movie.
Yeah, I'm definitely in Christmas mode at this point. I did Google a lot of Christmas movies before I came down.
Well, there's a reason for that. We'll get to it.
There is, yeah.
But before we get to that, just want to say, everyone, please email in me3comedy@gmail.com or tweet us at me3_comedy, I think.
I don't use Twitter. I don't know. I'm a technophobe at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Technology has ruined everyone's lives, but welcome to our podcast, wherever you happen to be listening.
Please email us about if you thought some of the ideas we had were wrong and you have better ideas for a season we've done. If you have ideas for a season you'd like us to approach, that'd be good. But I also came up with another little quiz idea, which is where you say 3 films and then the other person has to try and work out what it is that the theme is.
That's good,
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I've not got an example, but let's say Big, Toy Story, and Polar Express.
Movies with that guy in them.
Yes, Timothy Hanks.
I literally couldn't think of his name. I was like, Woody Harrelson.
That's not his name.
Incorrect.
But yeah, that's an idea.
They would be more complicated than that.
They would be.
I was trying to come up with something funnier than just the actual name of the guy, and then I forgot the name of the guy.
It doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter.
Nothing matters, really, does it?
Whoa, let's not go that far. It's pretty
Movie seasons do matter.
So,
are we going to just reveal both topics
we'll start with one.
Yeah? Which one did you do first?
So I went for films with Frank Sinatra songs.
Okay, I did that one second, but we'll go with that one first. That's fine.
So what was the inspiration for this?
I honestly cannot remember. I think we watched a TV show that probably had it. We've been watching a lot of telly lately, not movies.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. But we got a vibe, didn't we? A nice vibe. This idea of, and it was even specifically films that began with a song.
Yeah, I've not done that.
No, I don't know that either.
It actually turned out to be quite a difficult one for me, which is weird because I know there are more movies than I found with Frank Sinatra songs in.
I found what felt like quite a definitive list.
I think we must have found the same list.
I think we did. That's fine. We'll work from that. But what was frustrating, I think, was that I don't think it is Frank Sinatra. That was the vibe. I think it was a broader category, like crooners maybe, or that era of music. Because I think what comes down to me is probably a Christmas film. I think it's Home Alone.
Yeah, I looked at the Home Alone soundtrack. I was like, "Where's Frank Sinatra?"
There isn't anything.
He's not on it. I thought the exact same thing.
Yeah, and it's called John Williams. So there's not even really much stuff, but it's something like that.
See, now maybe someone could email in or tweet at us.
Macaulay Culkin, maybe.
Exactly, that'd be great. We'd love to hear from you, Macaulay. They have that song when they're running through the airport.
Yes.
Run, Rudolph.
Yeah.
That's not on the Spotify soundtrack.
Interesting.
Soundtrack. So I wonder if they've not. They must have the rights to the songs, but they've not released them on the soundtrack. So let us know. We'll be watching Home Alone soon.
Well, absolutely.
When it's.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about talking about Home Alone. Genuinely, when I grew up, so it was a huge film for us in our household. But
you talked about it last week.
Did I?
Yeah.
I genuinely think. I think back then I thought that we were some of the only people to watch that film.
Really?
Like it was like
because it was a really niche indie film back in the 90s.
Not like it was a niche. It was like in that naff category where I think there was no sense of solidarity at that point. You didn't have a social network or anything like that. He didn't like even Christmas films as an idea was like it existed, but it wasn't like Christmas is December 1st, Home Alone finally because Elf didn't exist on there obviously.
I suppose, yeah, it was like you just kind of got them when you got them because it was all terrestrial TV. There was no Sky or anything like that. Yeah. It was you got your 4 to 5 channels.
Yeah.
And when there was a Christmas movie on, you just sit and watch it because that was your only chance.
And I was even thinking about this. Do you remember watching films on TV with ad breaks?
Oh my god, yeah, I do. And having to like pause the video player if you were taping it. It's like no adverts.
Would you do that?
Yeah.
No, I just fast forward you while we're watching it.
Oh no, you just pause it right at the right moment.
Yeah.
And then when you watch it back, it's like, oh.
Which reminds me, I came up with a good category this week, which is films that you saw adverts for at the beginning of a VHS.
Oh my goodness me, that would be tough because a lot of our VHSs were pirate copies. So instead of adverts at the beginning, they just had a lot of like white noise static. And then the movie would sort of go like, here comes Beauty and the Beast or whatever it was. So we didn't often get those.
I remember watching.
I remember seeing the advert for that Disneyland advert at the end of a Disney movie for the first time, probably when I was 10 or something. Yeah. And I was like, "Whoa, there's a place."
Are you sure your mum wasn't just like erase? Like, oh yeah, these are pirated. She just wanted to erase any sort of notion of.
No, we would go to a place called Cannon Mills, and I think we would get a video for Christmas. It was like the Christmas movie. Mm. Sometimes that would be like a proper legitimate copy.
Yeah.
But often, I remember, I think Beauty and the Beast was a copy. We had a copy of Bambi that was really bad. Uh-huh. What else would have been a copy? This could be a whole season. I could do copy movies. I don't copy. Yeah. You wouldn't know any, though. It would just be me.
I mean, I was a prolific VHS recorder.
Yeah, I know. I was just looking through some of our cupboards upstairs, and we've got some VHS tapes in there, Richard, that are taking up space.
No. But importantly, I was going to say, we used to have a guy came around in a car, and he'd just bring out this box of videos.
I mean, they
on a Saturday
legit.
Night. Well, he definitely would have had one box for families and one box not for families. You know what I mean?
But they can't have been real tape. He must have been pirating them too.
What do you mean?
It wouldn't have been like legitimate like Disney movies or whatever, right? They must have been pirate copies.
He would like rent them out. So
he rented them. He was like the middleman between you and Blockbuster.
Well, I guess so. We didn't have a Blockbuster growing up. There wasn't anything like that until
we had 2 video shops at the end of the street my mum still lives on. There were 2 video shops at the end of that road.
Where?
One right on the corner, which has now become a house.
Oh, okay.
You know, there's like a big like bathroom. Well, I think it's still bathroom.
This is very specific for me, podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, that used to be a huge video shop. Huge.
That'd be amazing.
And we'd get to walk down there.
I still remember my membership number from the video rental shop we had in Swordsworth.
That's impressive.
It's not, because it was 2120, which is the...
that's not impressive at all.
But don't use that to get my information.
2120. Do you remember that? 2820. 2820. What was that? Anyway, that's completely... That was a jingle from an advert.
So, holding on to Frank Sinatra movies.
Yes.
Well, not Frank Sinatra movies which feature Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, it can't be a song. It couldn't be a movie where Frank Sinatra was an actor and did a bit of singing in it.
I'd allow it.
I wouldn't.
I've not got any.
Okay, neither have I, because I don't think that's.
And I don't want to do Frank Sinatra season.
No, I don't either. So my dad is a huge Frank Sinatra.
Oh, I forgot about that side of things. Yeah.
And I like Frank Sinatra. I like his music, but I can't allow myself to be a fan, because that would mean that I have something in common with my father. So that's just simply not going to happen.
This is quote unquote your category, I think.
Yeah, I think I came up with this one.
So do you want to
obviously because it's like the most difficult one? Well, so I kind of screwed myself over because I also came up with Meg Ryan series last time, Meg Ryan season.
Mm.
But Frank Sinatra, It Had to Be You, is quite famously featured in When Harry Met Sally.
Yes, no, I saw that and I immediately threw that out.
Yeah, that's a real shame.
Yeah,
because we've already had When Harry Met Sally. It obviously went in Meg Ryan season.
Yeah.
You can't have Meg Ryan season without her most famous movie.
The only film that we could remember.
So then I moved on, And I saw the song Lock Be a Lady, and I was like, wait.
Yes.
Mrs. Bloody Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's a great scene.
It absolutely is. I've got it written down, but I can't wait to Mrs. Doubtfire on this because
Oh no, I might have to.
he has to be in our aforementioned Pierce Brosnan series. What was it?
People who get a citrus fruit thrown at their heads. Or is it specifically Pierce Brosnan gets a fruit thrown at his head?
I think so. I have not seen Mamma Mia or Mamma Mia 2, but I hope to God there must be
You
that.
have to pray, don't you?
Like a sangria in his face or something.
That won't sangria.
With like fruit in the glass.
Just gets like a cucumber in the eye. Ugh. Where's your gold finger now, Piers?
His little fact for you, no one actually has gold fingers and gold finger.
What?
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh,
So here's a story for you from my first year at school. I was sitting in my science class, and this girl was like, I was sat next to her, and we were just laughing around and stuff, and she was like, oh my God, look, Jack has just shoved his finger up his bum and pulled it out. And I looked over, and this kid had like brown all over his finger, and he was just looking at it and like sort of smelling it a bit. And I was like, oh my God, no, he hasn't. He has not. Only later did I realise he had one of those gel pens, a gold gel pen. He'd coloured his whole finger in gold. And I was like, God, he must be really unwell if that's what's come out of his bum. So that's a little movie fact for you. He gave himself a gold finger.
Very nice.
Yeah, and I got told that he'd shoved his finger up his bum.
Who told you that?
A girl called Jade was like, oh my God, Jack's just shoved his finger up his bum, look.
Now, was she in on it, or do you think she was just...
No, she saw an opportunity to do a prank on me.
Oh, okay.
I think. Neither of us were sat near him. He was over the other side of the room.
From afar, it did look like...
Yeah, and it was just like, he was acting suspiciously with a gold finger.
Aim's finger.
Exactly. Anyway, okay, so we forgot to say we come up with the season of 3 together in the podcast.
Yeah, I think so.
So if you don't want to use Mrs. Doubtfire, that's fine.
I would say, look, it's strong, but I know that Pierce Brosnan one is quite unique. And I think if I'm going to use it, because there's so many things, I think Mrs. Doubtfire, again, is like one of my favourite films ever.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, movies where people pat titty fires out.
Titty fires.
Yeah, titty fires. That used to be one of my absolute favourite scenes in a movie when I was a kid because it was so rude. I was like, yes, she's doing it with pan lids.
For some reason, for me, it's the cream fully nut.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, there's another one. It's just all of it. I really want to rewatch that.
And kids with goofy teeth.
Which kid?
That little, or like, no, it's not, what is it? Has he got like an overly smooth face?
What, being a preteen? Yeah, probably.
Or is it the fact his hair is over his eyes?
I think he's got his fringe is too short.
There's something about the children that I think is a hook for a season.
Movies with 3 kids.
Movies with 2 older kids, 1 younger kid.
Yeah, that's nice.
2 older kids.
2 older, 1 younger, yeah. We were watching... Oh, no, I better not say that because...
yeah, that's why, yeah.
Yeah. Because it feeds into the next season. Oh, that's our dog. He just had a little dream. I hope that picked up. What have you got?
Well, so another one that was quite big was that they used My Way in Goodfellas.
Yeah, see, I couldn't put it on my list because I've not seen Goodfellas.
So I have, and I definitely think Goodfellas deserves to be something else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another one I've underlined as of interest and probably would be top of this list. Where in fact I'm not wasting that.
Yeah. Well, it's narrowing down a lot of.
What?
Have you got quite a few? Because I've got another 1, 2, 3, but then another 1 which would make 4, but it's not. It's not actually Frank Sinatra singing the song.
I don't mind that. It's fine.
Okay, so I could have come up with a fucking 100 then, mate. But the movie where it's not Frank Sinatra singing it, My Best Friend's Wedding, The Way You Look Tonight.
Okay.
It's in the movie twice, and both times it's just like, oh, I cannot stop but cry.
Now, this is a big film for you.
It is. I love My Best Friend's Wedding. I have watched it. It used to be one of my movies. I would put it on. I'd taped it off the telly. I used to put it on my TV VCR player in my bedroom,
Yeah.
and I'd fall asleep to it every night for months and months and months.
Really?
I absolutely love this film. We watched it before we got married.
Films to fall asleep to.
Yeah. There's just something so comforting about it. I don't know what it is. I think it's one of Julia Roberts' really undersung movies.
Undersung.
Even though people really like it, obviously, but
Yeah.
I think it's an undersung movie.
She's talented though, isn't she?
She's all right.
She's been in a couple of films at this point.
She's done well for herself, hasn't she?
How many films do you reckon she's been in?
Oh, 157.
How many? We'll find out at the end. How many films has J. Roberts been in? You think 157?
No, I don't really think that many.
All right, what's your guess?
57.
57.
Yeah. You think more than 57?
I think no, 90's too high, isn't it?
I
These
don't
are real
know.
films. These are people's lives, aren't they? I'll go under. No, 57, 32. No, I'll do 32. We'll find out at the end.
We will.
Right.
So yeah, that it is a big movie for me, and I do think that that's one of those movies where I was like, aha, Frank Sinatra Frank Sinatra song in a movie. For me, it is a cozy movie actually.
Yeah, I'd say that. I can see that. So I think on a similar theme. Maybe I'm wrong. But no. I'm thinking of a different song. But the one I've got written down here, which is another one that I wouldn't put in this list, but is "You Make Me Feel So Young" in Elf.
Yes.
Because it's a great.
That's one on my list.
But it's the vibe. It's that Frank Sinatra vibe. It could even begin with that.
It's sort of cheeky, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's that's one of his cheeky songs. Oh, you make me feel so young.
So
you can just. I don't think Frank Sinatra is particularly cheeky. I imagine he could probably be a bit of a POS.
Yeah, sure.
But he's got a couple of snapping cheekies.
Snapping ones.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if I would put Elf on this list. But
for sure. We've got to choose some.
I've got two more, and it's the same song from two different movies.
Uh-huh.
The song is Witchcraft.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it's in Hocus Pocus.
Is it?
And Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh.
He pulls out the Frank Sinatra sword thing when he's fighting the bad guy at the end.
Okay. So which of those two would you want to put it in with? Or do you want to use both?
I mean, I really like Hocus Pocus, as you know, but you hate it.
Well, I'm happy for it to be in this series.
I suggested it for Cozy Season last time.
No.
But you wouldn't have
I like cozy films. I don't give a shit about this one.
You don't? Really?
Well, it's not like I'm not attached to it as a category.
But to be, it feels like too obvious a song to be in Hocus Pocus. But then Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
There's got to be
It's a
something
really
else.
bloody good film.
A really, really good film. I think a series of 2D, 3D composite animations.
Yeah.
That's got to be what it is, isn't it? Or, I don't know, cartoon characters with big tits. There's a couple.
Wowee.
There's a couple of things. I'll write that down. Characters with big tits.
I mean, I don't want to do a season on that.
No, I think it's just a funny thing to write down, isn't it?
It's just a funny thing to say on a podcast.
So,
the Hocus Pocus, we could put that on there.
Okay, that's interesting. Remember, we do have Hocus Pocus 2 that we can just throw into somewhere else.
Well, we don't know anything about it. You've not allowed us to watch it.
No, we can watch that, just when we have time to.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've got a few more just to throw out there. Fear and Loathing, there's a song in there. It doesn't come to mind, so it's not important. Come Fly With Me, the film, has the song Come Fly With Me.
Yeah.
I have no attachment to that film, so why the hell not?
True.
This Town in Ocean's 13, apparently. And then New York in A Good Day to Die Hard, which is one of the...
I've not seen that either.
I've not seen that. It was like maybe the 5th or 6th Die Hard film, so who cares?
Oh.
It's a Die Hard. It's a Die Hard film which wouldn't even feature in bad in a Die Hard film season. So
wow, it's that bad.
Is that bad?
I mean, we could. I don't want to put that on there. We could put in the previous one that you mentioned.
Well, so I've got 4 I've not mentioned yet, which
Okay.
I've said could be good. This one is maybe not. I want to put in a different series, and I think we'll find this a fun series. So I've got You Under My Skin, but from the film What Women Want. Now it turns out there's a lot of Frank Sinatra songs in that film.
Yeah.
But I think What Women Want would be good in a film series of people who make films who are completely deluded about themselves in what they. So
did he make that?
Well, he's in it.
It's Melanie Gibson.
It's Melanie Gibson, and there's something about that film where he's like, I know women.
But it's the fact that he's like, I'm hot.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, maybe you were hot for like 10 minutes in the 1980s, but you're 1,000 years old now, and a verified piece of shit.
I'm almost certain Woody Allen has done films where the torture director is somehow
100%
sexual, like the sexy lead sort of thing.
Yeah. Every single one of his films, you mean? Yeah.
But I think there is something
every
about
single film that he stars in. Yeah.
I don't. Something about deluded filmmakers.
Okay.
So that's why I wouldn't want to use What Women Want in that particular category.
However, I feel like I could throw it away on this one.
So there's the film Joker. We've not seen it apparently.
We've not seen it. We can't
use that. That's
we
fine.
can. We don't have to have seen the movies because the whole point of seasons originally was
films I haven't seen.
Let's watch a bunch of films we've not seen.
So That's Life features in the film Casper.
Yeah, I saw that.
I
don't recall.
I don't recall, but
I really liked Casper when I was little. I collected all the stickers from Kellogg's cornflakes, and I had them stuck up in my bedroom. Yeah. They glowed in the dark.
Very nice.
Or did they glue in the dark?
But maybe that's
glued in the dark.
That's a good film for our unnamed child. So.
Oh, she might be a bit spooked.
Yeah.
Spooked by it.
But I think that's quite a funny song to put in there, right? That's Life.
Yeah.
Film about a dead child.
Jeez.
I don't know. I've not seen it recently. Come Fly With Me is in Catch Me If You Can.
You've already said that one.
No. Come Fly With Me was in the film Come Fly With Me.
Oh, right. I thought you meant Catch Me If You Can.
No, yeah.
Okay, I'm happy to throw away Catch Me If You Can, was the one.
You want to throw that in?
I think so. I'm not like... It's an okay movie.
I think there's probably like a...
If I was watching a season of Leonardo DiCaprio movies, it wouldn't make the cut.
It wouldn't make the cut?
No.
Or even, it's not a good enough heist film. There is something about like The Con Man, I suppose.
I think it's a good con man movie, but I think there are probably better con man
There are probably
movies.
3 better films.
Conman.
Right? Conman.
Yeah.
Something quite like... Maybe films with air hostesses.
Air hostess, I like the way you dress. Remember that busted song?
I do. Yeah, of course I do.
Okay. You were looking at me like...
No, not at all. That was you misinterpreted my face.
Air hostess movie season I could do. Sure. Would they have bit parts, or is it movies about air hostesses?
I think...
That might be a struggle.
I don't know, I think that would be enough.
Movies with scenes on planes would be good.
What about movies where air hostesses are like a prominent character? I'm thinking of the Airplane series, for example.
Yeah. I mean, sure, but just write down movies with scenes on planes.
Fly Me to the
You've
Moon.
not written it down.
Oh, Scenes on Planes.
Yeah.
Scenes on Planes series.
He's like, yeah, I'll write that down. I'm literally sitting opposite you. I can see what you're writing.
I think I was taken aback.
Yeah, good idea, love. I'll write that down in the invisible pen. Thanks. See, the thing is, scenes on planes is a nice broad category.
That is a nice broad category.
I've
got something to talk, not in that, but in that general area of things.
Do you know when we were doing researching the Frank Sinatra one, I honestly thought I would sit down, type in movies with Frank Sinatra songs in, and somebody would have written a blog about it.
Yeah.
But nobody has.
Content, mate, content.
Yeah, juicy little bits of content.
Imagine the number of people on SEO typing that out, and they're not getting the hits they want. That is juicy ad revenue.
They're reporting to their boss every week, like, no, the Frank Sinatra songs blog, it's not going anywhere. What page are you on? 15.
Fly Me to the Moon is in the film Down with Love.
Yeah, I have seen that a long time ago. Is it the original Down with Love or there's 2, right?
Yeah, I think it's the
Renee Zellweger one.
Yeah. I mean,
Renée Zellweger and Ewan McGregor had absolutely no chemistry for me. In
weird,
that
wasn't
movie.
it?
It was absolutely horrible.
There are a few films that are more forgettable than that film.
Yeah. It was just like, oh, he's wearing a blue suit, she's wearing a pink dress.
She does a long monologue at one point.
Yeah, it's just like, shut up. Both of you just shut up. Yeah, it was horrible. We should rewatch it.
No, absolutely not. But we could watch it as part of Frank Sinatra film series.
We could.
So, like,
throw that one in there then.
That's why.
Oh no, because it means we have to rewatch it.
No, we don't have to do this season.
We do.
Oh, and then also, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is in Silver Linings Playbook.
Yeah, I saw that one too, but have you actually seen that?
I have, yeah.
Have you? Did we watch that together?
No. Well, maybe. Hang on, because it would have been in one of our Oscar
season, yeah. I think we must have done.
It might have been the year where I crammed in. I actually did it. I watched every single film that was nominated.
That would have been with me then.
Well, yeah, for every single one.
I think so.
We did.
I've seen that movie for sure, but Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, I was certain was in Home Alone as well, but it's a different version. It's not Frank Sinatra.
But yeah, well, I think lead up to you. Currently, we've got Mrs. Doubtfire, My Best Friend's Wedding, Hocus Pocus, Catch Me If You Can, Down with Love.
Let's take Mrs. Doubtfire out.
Yeah,
she's too good for this season.
Yeah. I would say the same about My Best Friend's Wedding.
Yeah. Okay. So you think Hocus Pocus, Catch Me If You Can, and Down with Love?
It's not bad.
I tell you what. Since I do love Hocus Pocus,
yeah,
I feel like there could be another season that it could fit into.
Yeah.
For example, we need to have the Essence of a Virgin. Essence of a Virgin season.
Writing that one down with gusto.
Why don't we change that one to the remake of Bewitched with Nicole Kidman? I believe that's got a Frank Sinatra song in
Bewitched,
it. And I would think it would be Witchcraft.
Yeah, yeah.
Bewitched remake. Can't remember who the guy was, but it had Nicole Kidman as the witch.
Is it?
Is it Will Ferrell?
Yes.
Okay.
It is, yeah. I thought it was me, Brendan Fraser, but that was Bedazzled, which I think also might be.
Bedazzled's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
There's an original Bedazzled.
I know. I think I've actually seen it.
No, I've only got £1 million note. I remember. Oh, never mind. Do you know what? It's just such a convoluted story for a bad joke. No.
That's fine. So we think
if we were doing edits on these podcasts, I would say, please cut that down.
No. Keep that
It is one and done.
One and done. So Bewitched, Catch Me If You Can, Down with Love. You can imagine that being the 3 films you took home from a film shop.
Absolutely, on one of those
in
big
2002.
double, like a big double VHS.
Oh, you mean, or else it'd be in the same case?
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Oh, same case.
Same case movies, yeah.
Yes. God, that must be tough. That would be good. I guess it's kind of a little bit what this show is, isn't it?
Same case movies, yeah.
Is that what you call the podcast?
No, it's called Seasons now. We've done 2 of them.
Okay, right. So that's done.
That is one.
Settled?
Done.
Anything else to talk about there?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so the second one is one that I'm sort of bringing in. Let's introduce it in a gentle way. So our current TV thing, we just finished watching it, was the remake, the latest series of
Stranger Things,
which we've been putting off for a while. So we got to watch the whole thing at once rather than wait.
Partly, so we cancelled our Netflix because we were like, oh, it's expensive, and then we were like, oh, it's got some good telly, I get it back again. It's quite spooky.
It was a lot spookier than before, wasn't it?
Yeah, I spent one whole episode not watching it because it was too scary.
Yeah, but then by the end, I think you were on that final episode.
It's because I don't want to give anything away, but there was more of a like ghostly, spooky vibe to begin with, which I don't like.
Yeah.
But then when it was more sort of like, there's a bit of gore and I know what's going on, then it was fine.
Yeah.
Still wasn't happy looking at it.
No, it was very dark and sort of
for a show with kids in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was got us chatting, and you came up with this season,
which is films where women are a weapon.
Yeah, or used as weapons.
So, if you haven't seen Stranger Things, Elle,
the lead girl character,
11. Yeah.
And it's not giving anything away because she's got the powers from the beginning, and she is sort of the secret weapon.
Yeah.
Not secret weapon. Weapon.
Yeah.
That the
sort of saves the day at the end.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, and it's something quite unique as a thing. It's not necessarily
because when they start that show, obviously they really are little kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you just don't expect a little kiddie to be doing that.
Yeah. But there's something about that innocence, femininity, and power or violence or something.
Yeah.
That triad, which I think is in a lot of films and TV. So it's obviously in Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. It's in Killing Eve a little bit as well, where she's a kind of not a super spy, she's an assassin.
She does a lot of killing.
But
she's also like a kind of like a psychopath, right?
Yeah.
So she goes into the business because she's like, I'll be really good at killing people.
Maybe it's like
maybe doesn't go into
orphans. Maybe that's the part of it.
Maybe.
Well, so the way I narrowed this down was probably thinking first through film, and it's The Fifth Element. And I think I'm happy. I'm a big fan of The Fifth Element. I think I'm happy for that to be in this to be the one it's used on.
Really?
Yeah. Because I think if it's about anything, well, so I looked at The Fifth Element because I was trying to find out a way of searching for this concept. So it must be a theoretical framework or word used to describe the sort of the thing. I think it came down to a strong female lead was about.
That's as much as I could get, really.
But I also
that's not specific enough.
Yeah.
A strong female lead doesn't just mean like, oh, she's a weapon.
Yeah, no.
Because Sigourney Weaver in Alien is not
a
weapon.
It doesn't quite count, does it?
She's just like, oh, I'm the last one here. I've got to kill all the bloody aliens now.
But there is a on IMDb there is a category of data called plot keywords. So if you go to the plot synopsis, they have hundreds of keywords that have been sent in by people, and they've been liked by people or whatever. And this one has about 400, but just some highlights that I found from The Fifth Element to try and narrow down what this category was. So this film is known for implied cunnilingus.
Oh, hello.
Title spoken by the character, which I think would be great.
Oh, that is a good season. So, yeah, write that one down. Because I always love it. We always turn to one another and we're like, exactly, that's the name of the film.
Yeah, by a character. They've also put this under Woman Changes Clothes.
Great category. I could come up with hundreds for that.
Indoor plant.
I thought you were going to say indoor plumbing. Interesting.
Yeah. And Phone Call from Mother.
That's nice. Movies that start with a phone call.
Oh,
nice.
Movies that start with a phone call.
Yeah.
So I have.
I've got a really good one for that straight off the bat.
Have you? What's that?
Scream.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Okay, that's good. Maybe we'll do that.
So my list again is limited, but I think I've got a couple of good ones on here.
Okay, what's one?
My favourite one.
Yeah.
As soon as you said it, I was like, the fembots in Austin Powers.
I've got that written down as well, yeah.
I just was like, wait, they're the perfect
thing,
because they're like sexy women and then they're
Built
literally weapons.
Yeah, definitely. My reservation on Austin Powers is...
It's too good a film to put in for this category, I think.
Yeah.
So when we first came up with this, we talked about, well, you mentioned Alita, Battle Angel.
Yeah.
Which is just a really kind of, let's say, obvious if you've seen it, which you haven't. Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I've written that down as well.
She's basically a nuclear bomb, isn't she?
It fits in just. I think she's too aware of her own power.
Yeah, see, this is but it's hard because to a certain extent they have to be aware of their own power.
Well,
I mean, Alita Battle Angel, she knows.
Does she? Okay.
To a degree, she knows what she is, but also doesn't. There's some sort of maybe it's that journey to figuring out. Oh, I'm really powerful, but then Captain Marvel has to learn.
Well, so
she gets all blasted.
In Fifth Element, she knows she's special. I think it's maybe a difference about no. But I was also trying to narrow it down. Maybe it was something to do with love, or is the weapon, or the way. So the way that 11 is more powerful, it seems, is because
she's got friends and
yeah, you know,
which I always find a bit like
find it a bit naff, but also
yeah.
I don't know. So speaking of, no, really, I must have deleted one here. Sorry.
Well, just hurry up because we're on a podcast here.
I've got a film which has got. I know what it is. So the film that this isn't written down here. Under the Skin.
Oh, I know. I nearly wrote that down.
Yeah, I this is what I've got here.
But I don't.
Doesn't quite fit.
And it's also too. It is. I mean, wait. Is that the one with Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not seeing that one then.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of The Skin I Live In.
Oh, really?
But she's not a weapon.
Oh, absolutely. No, I mean...
And I was about to say, there are so many other better categories that movie can go in.
I think we should do a thing where we try and find the right film series for that film.
Yeah.
But so Under the Skin, some other tags include erection.
Nice, yeah.
Looking at oneself in the mirror.
Okay.
And 3-word title.
We've all been there.
Which The Fifth Element also fits in.
Wow. Ooh, spooky.
Yeah, very spooky. So you don't think... I'm gonna pencil Under the Skin.
I mean, I've not seen it, but...
yeah.
So, one of my picks is Monster.
As in...
Aileen Wuornos, yeah.
Oh.
She is a violent woman, but I feel like she also gets used as a weapon by the girlfriend, Lee. She's like, can you go out and hook and do this and that? And she's pressured into doing that, into killing people, because she...
I wonder if...
I mean, obviously, that's real life.
Yeah.
It's not like a supernatural power
that
she's got. She's a killer, a real life killer.
So the flip side of that, because it's real, is the kind of the ending isn't saccharine and powerful. It's sad and...
It's like, she's arrested him.
Yeah. I think...
Now dead.
Female serial killers...
Oh, yeah, but that's...
Or I again though, I don't think I think that film. Yeah, I know you like that film quite a bit, right?
I do, yeah. Mostly for Charlize Theron's teeth in the movie. To be fair, I mean, movies with great teeth.
Movies with great teeth.
Movies with good prosthetic teeth would be a big one for me, I think. So I've got another one on here, and I haven't seen the film.
Yeah.
But I have read the book, which I actually found really boring.
Yeah.
Red Sparrow.
So I've got a whole list here, which is, I think one of these would probably go in, but these all, I mean, they're probably their own series, really, their own season. Red Sparrow, Lucy, Anna, Hannah, Aeon Flux, and Ghost in the Shell all feel very much of an ilk, which is female assassins.
Yeah, I've also got Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde, and La Femme Nikita as well.
But Atomic Blonde's a little bit different because she's just like, I just kill people. She's a bit more like Thingy from Killing Eve.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are like that though.
Yeah.
Have you seen Red Sparrow?
I've read the book.
Is she?
She's a trained spy.
She's a trained spy.
But I think she gets kind of forced into being trained up as a spy. I remember.
All powerful sort of thing.
Yeah, and then kind of has to prove herself as
on the same ilk as Monster, but perhaps another end, Erin Brockovich.
Oh, interesting.
And then also / Miss Congeniality.
Oh my god, I put Miss Congeniality too! As in Miss Congeniality as well. I think that... no, but that's such a good film. It's another one of my favourites. I love Miss Congeniality.
Films referenced by Friends in the TV show Friends?
Is Miss Congeniality referenced in Friends?
I think so.
Is it?
I think it's like Chandler's favourite films, I think.
Maybe it is, yeah.
Films referenced in Friends.
That's a really good one. Weekend at Bernie's.
Wow.
Miss Congeniality is great. Again, I guess she's not like a secret weapon. She's like an undercover agent who's actually very capable at her job.
Yeah.
rather than, or you've got a secret power. But I guess her secret power is she's a woman. We can put her into a pageant, right? I mean, movies where William Shatner speaks would be great. I don't know how many of them there are, but I tell you what, movies with like, you know, he plays like the judge or the like compare, and I'm thinking of those two from Pitch Perfect where they're commentating movies who've got like comedy commentators.
Yes,
because I can think of another one as well.
I can as well. I hope, is it the same one? I don't remember the name off the top of my head.
Who's it got in it?
Christopher Guest.
It's not the same one.
We've got a series there, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Species, the film Species.
I've not seen it.
I've not seen it either, but I'm pretty sure the main character is like an alien designed to make. It's they're more from the other side. They're more like the antagonist. Likewise, Terminator 3.
I nearly put Terminator on there. Yeah.
I looked into this, and it turns out that according to the Terminator Wiki community, they refer to female Terminators as Terminatrixes.
Interesting.
Which I think is perverse, actually.
I was about to say really sexy.
So they've sort of gendered these robots. It's a spoiler alert, this one. But it's hard to do a spoiler alert because I'm not going to tell you what the film is. Because if it's just saying that word, it gives out the film.
So don't listen if you don't want a spoiler for anything.
It would be 20 seconds max.
Yeah.
The film's Ex Machina.
I've seen that, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched that together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we could put that one in there.
Because it has that love element of it.
Yeah.
Jennifer's Body.
Yeah, I nearly put that one down. Again, I've not seen it. So I couldn't.
And the other one I've written down is Neon Demon.
Oh, I know. I nearly put that one down as well. It's so disturbing.
It was. I don't even remember what happened really, but I just remember it being...
I think you were like, Atomic Blonde. We watched that at the same time around.
Did we watch Atomic Blonde together? I don't think I've seen it.
We have. I've seen it.
No, you might have seen it.
Your parents have seen it. Did we buy it for your parents?
I think we did, yeah.
Did we watch it with them and you fell asleep? Maybe. Who knows? I have two more suggestions.
Okay, yeah.
But more like comedy suggestions.
Yeah, okay.
Charlie's Angels. All three of the Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
Great little weapons there. And the other one is the original Hairspray movie. Because they hide a bomb in Debbie Harry's big wig.
Wow.
And try and blow up. So Debbie Harry plays the like racist mom.
Yeah.
And obviously, God, what's her name? The little girl from Hairspray. Tracy Turnblad is like sort of trying to integrate.
Yeah.
And Debbie Harry, Velma, and her daughter are like not happy about this at all.
Yeah.
So they plan to blow everyone up and they hide the bomb in a giant wig that she wears.
Okay.
So she literally becomes a weapon.
That's good.
Yeah. But Hairspray is too good a movie to...
Yeah, I was about to say.
The original Hairspray and the more recent one.
I would say the same for Monster.
I agree. So I say Alita Battle Angel. We can put that one in there.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, if you're sure you want to put Fifth Element in here.
Yeah, I like it. It's got other things. We can talk about it. I think that this is the one that it fits in so nicely. I mean, it basically is characters in Fifth Element, right? And
then I've not seen Under the Skin. I feel like I don't know if I intend to watch it because is it a bit of a...
I'm sure I was one. I thought we'd watched it together because I watched it twice.
You watched it with your horror club.
I did watch it with the horror club, and then I watched it again. I'm sure I watched it with you. But I mean,
it's the one where the Scarlett Johansson meme comes from, where she like fell over in the street.
Possibly, I don't know what that meme is. She was filming in Glasgow. Yeah. And unless we're going to do an erection film series, would be, and let's say Shane would be a good one. That
That's not an erection, though.
I suppose it's the flaccid penis. The flaccid penis series.
Because there's one in that where he's like up against the car window. I won't say the movie in case we do it.
I feel like Under the Skin kind of fits, except it's the wrong way around. She's like the antagonist again, a little bit.
We can have Charlie's Angels in there.
That's quite nice, isn't it? I don't know the story.
I've seen it, but not for a long, long time.
Now, are we talking Charlie's Angels or Charlie's Angels Full Throttle? Which one are we?
One. Charlie's Angels 1.
Charlie's Angels 1.
Because I want to save Full Throttle for another season.
Yeah, understand.
I mean, obviously there's other movies like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. She's quite
a
weapony. She's a hit woman.
I don't mind taking one of those Red Sparrows, or I've not seen
Red
them.
Sparrow, I mean, having read the book, I'm not going to watch the movie. But she is a weapon in it. She's used as a weapon.
Films based on books you don't want to see.
And she's kind of manipulated by the men throughout the story. Again, they may have changed it for the movie, but in the book, there's a bit of manipulation too, I think, to this trope.
I'm happy to put that in.
Yeah.
So, or Under the Skin, I don't know. Let's go for Red Sparrow.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm happy with that series then.
Okay.
So, Fifth Element, Alita, Red Sparrow.
Yeah. And what
Cool.
have we got for Frank Sinatra season? Again?
Bewitched,
Yeah.
Catch Me If You Can, Down With Love.
There you go, that's your 2 seasons.
And we've come up with tons of other series as well.
Yeah.
Seasons. Before
Should we
finish,
select the ones that we're going to do next time now, or
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
no? Because people might give us suggestions. We don't want suggestions.
I'll tell you what. Suggestions for film seasons where the skin I live in would
fit.
Yeah, if you could come up with those ideas, audience, that'd be great.
If you've not seen The Skin I Live In, go watch it. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
So we've got one thing to do. Hey Siri. Oh hi. Hi. Hello. How? We're doing a podcast, and we need to find out.
How can I help?
Oh, now you're
finally.
talking. I knew you spoke. Right.
End of the podcast series for crying out loud.
So, we're doing a podcast. We haven't got long. We've got a warning about disk space. But how many films has Julia Roberts been in?
Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, yeah,
Could you say
fine.
it again, please?
How many films has Julia Roberts been inside of?
Here are some Julia Roberts films. Ticket to Paradise.
No, we want to know a specific number,
Mrs.
please.
Smile. Eat, Pray, Love.
She's
Erin
it.
Brockovich.
Don't just read them out. No, I didn't want Apple TV. God,
I'm going to Google it. Crying out
IMDb.
loud.
IMDb. Hello, hey Siri. IMDb search for Julia Roberts, please, and quickly.
Okay, I found this on the web for
Good.
Julia Roberts.
Wow, I've just found this.
Right, how many?
At least 63.
At least 63. Well, there you go. At least 63. Marianne, you've won.
Yes.
Um,
Fuck you, doubters.
movies.
Sorry, I've been really trying not to swear the whole time, and I just swore really explicitly.
That's fine.
If you're watching, listening with children, just ask them to leave the room at that point. Do you want to tell everyone what our daughter said this week?
She said,
Oh my shit. She sometimes says, oh, God's sake. And then occasionally I thought I could hear her saying, oh, shit. And then she's conflated the two and started saying, oh my shit.
What's the problem?
She just sits there in her little chair watching her My Little Pony saying, oh my shit.
She said it once. She's fine.
It was twice.
Twice.
At least.
Oh dear, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Anyway, that was a complete sidebar.
the lovely sidebar. I love
Yeah.
it. But that's it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Email me3comedy@gmail.com with your ideas for film seasons. If you had any better ideas for our seasons this week,
We'd love to hear them, genuinely.
and we'll try and battle some of your ideas. Hopefully,
We'll
soon.
try to Alita battle Angel some of your ideas soon. See, that ties in with the season there.
So
I'm
slick.
slippery. Catch me if you can.
And I'll write up some of these other ideas.
You didn't even comment. I tied in the other season.
Did you?
I said I'm slippery. Catch Me If You Can.
And in doing so, you've bewitched me.
Thank you. He's trying to work out, can I say Fifth Element here?
We just
How
need
can I do it?
Another element to finish this off.
Yeah.
We've got 4 good elements in the show. Maybe we could find a 5th element together.
Okay, we're going to stop now.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Okay, but thanks very much. You haven't got anything to plug, have you?
No.
More podcasts, really.
You can follow me on Twitter. It's nice to see the numbers going up, but I don't
follow me on Twitter. Mine are going down. I think Elon Musk has killed like 10 of my followers. I think there must have been bots that have been cancelled now.
Real shame for you there.
Yeah.
No other
news. Okay, well, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week.
Sorry about the fuck.
Bye.